I got to play Clue for the first time in many, many years. Not just any Clue, though. I got to play the Alien vs. Predator version of Clue.
What?
Yeah. Brand new game out from Apocalypse. It's Clue, classic Clue, like you know. You've got Mr. Body, you've got Colonel Mustard, smacking him over the head with a candle.
You could have started there like, I got to play Clue.
Yeah.
In the study.
It's hot. I don't know if you heard it.
That's how game is on everybody's lips today, man.
Yeah.
Clue, it's an old game. It dates back to, what, like 70s, 60s?
But is
I don't know how
in
far
dire need of an upgrade. And
Well,
that's what
they've
this
got
did,
several
right?
versions, I come to find out. Apocalypse is one of the companies that's currently holding the license and releasing various versions. There's the Doctor Who Clue, the Harry Potter Clue. We got to get our hands and try out the upcoming one of my favorite properties too.
Yeah.
Alien vs. Predator. Well, I think it's two of my favorite properties technically, but AVP is a property. But
I did like the first movie. Come on now.
the first Alien?
Alien vs. Predator.
Oh, what?
I did, man.
I do a show with you.
I watched
Don't
it
say
twice.
these things. People
I watched it
associate me
twice
with
in
that-
theaters. I
with
can't
that- with
look
that-
back.
with that
Whoa, you said you watched it twice in theaters?
Yep. The first one.
Wow.
Yeah,
I thought
man.
you had taste, man.
I saw
I used
him
to smoke
once
a lot
in
of-
theaters, but
all these years. No, stop that
all
right
the
now.
garbage you cited
all
with over
right.
the years, and you're gonna
You are dismissed, sir. All right.
As we played the Clue game on a Sunday together.
We did.
Say
Anyone
here.
who is unfamiliar with the game, Clue is pretty much the game of discovery, puzzle solving, asking questions, basically using logic to eliminate possibilities of who did and did not kill Mr. Body. They've actually removed that aspect in later versions of the game where you're not trying to solve the murder. Someone's gone missing. Or, something's been stolen from the mansion. I think that's to make it maybe more family friendly, as opposed to, we went to this party and someone got whacked,
Been to a lot of those, yeah.
they totally hit on making a nice little transition from this murder mystery to this hunt mystery.
Yeah, how would you call it? It was very different. Now, if you're familiar with the classic Clue, there's the body, and then you have a suspect. You find the suspect, you find the weapon, and you find the location of the crime. Cool. With these new versions, they find ways to make it more appropriate to the subject matter. We played Alien vs. Predator, so we played predators on the planet trying to find an alien queen to capture alive and bring back and then breed so we can hunt aliens for practice and then go to random planets of fleshy, squishy humans and then get killed by Arnold Schwarzenegger.
So you
That
just
was
messed
not
that
enough.
up. You just
Adrian
messed that up
Brody.
so much. You gotta
Or
basically
Danny-
you're picking a predator, you're picking the weapon, and you're picking where they done it.
But Danny Glover was the prime suspect.
And that was the better predator. No one remembers that.
Because that movie sucked.
That didn't
He's talking
suck.
about Predator
Come on,
2, ladies and
dude.
gentlemen, which is thankfully not reflected in Alien vs. Predator Clue.
There's a rule for that. If it doesn't have a
Was-
minigun, it's not a good Predator movie.
You heard what he said?
Oh,
That's just
that's
He's
real.
right there. That's
Yeah.
correct.
That's real.
Well,
Right.
I
All
think
right.
it sounds
If it
great.
doesn't have Bill Duke shaving without shaving cream, maybe. You know what I mean? That can be there. You can have that rule.
Okay, well,
But
Clue, Alien vs. Predator, my reactions to this were actually pretty varied because I hadn't played the original Clue in a long time, and I familiarized myself with it again before jumping into our game. I liked the changes that they'd made and really trying to be true to the Predator, not legacy, but the storyline. The facets of, if you know Predator, you'll find a lot of things in this game where it's like, oh yeah, no, they did that, that's cool. Oh, that's kind of slick. And then in the actual gameplay, almost none of that comes into effect.
Yeah.
It's the backstory
Okay, I
of all
was
this.
cool
about to
that-
call you crazy.
it's cool that they
well,
did like differentiate between like the predators and stuff like that. You had each card, and there was like a Spartan predator. There was like the ancient one, and you
Yeah.
got to see like they were different. You, if you know the movies, that you know that all those are represented there.
Yeah.
So it was good that way. But
Yeah,
you're
but
right.
that's-
During the gameplay, that didn't really come into play at all.
Which is kind of a shame because each player has their Predator piece that they pick and they play, and that's their unit. And they cover that. I'm the hunter. Okay, cool. Does the hunter have any special moves? Well, he can move twice at one point. Awesome. I'm the Spartan. Cool. Does the Spartan have any special moves? Well, he can move across the map at one point. It's like, okay, how about anything that would tie into what a Predator can actually do? That'd be awesome. Maybe something to help me find the queen. or
Well,
something.
I think my beef with this game is just like when you drew a card, and if you drew like 8 of a certain one, like the army just came and killed you. There were so many of
Colonial
those
murder.
cards, so you were just about to get murked all the time. Like as you're getting going, you know what I mean?
Could have been a good mechanic that was very, I don't know, it was kind of
Yeah.
slipshod. It feels like an afterthought.
There's essentially two main mechanics that made this Aliens versus Predator, like where they took advantage of the Aliens versus Predator license, and that is with the Predators themselves having these special abilities, but you can only use them once in a game.
Yes.
And the other aspect is drawn from this deck of cards where you go on a hunt if you get a creature, and if you get a colonial marine, it adds to this amounting mass of if you draw 8
Potential
of those
death and
of
game
potential
ending,
death, everyone
yeah.
loses. And I think the problem with that particular mechanic is separate, but they only had those 2 things to take advantage of the license, which didn't feel like it was enough. And also that combined with the story, the reason why these predators are trying to, figure out who is going to be killing the alien, it didn't make sense. It seemed like a poor adaptation of the story and trying to make it adapt to how it could fit a Clue setting.
No,
and honestly, I'm not surprised whatsoever. I mean, I'm a Monopoly player. I mean, I played I played Monopoly
you're
with
the
cash in college. Like
Yeah.
it was stupid. Like we played with real money. It was the dumbest thing ever.
Pass go, you get shot. Like, no.
Pass go. You was owing people money or drinks. But like I played so many versions of it that in the end, it just if you just know how to play Monopoly, it's just whatever they just throw or lay whatever theme on it. You just keep it trucking, and that's really what this Clue felt like. They just threw the AVP theme on it, and you just kept trucking. That's really what it was. It was
didn't do its due diligence.
It really didn't do it.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
It's so what you're telling me is that they tried to make it more family friendly by replacing a body with huge monsters from space.
Yes.
No, it just seems like
this could have been better achieved if they had made the kids clean up after Ripley's cat's litter box or something.
Okay.
Is that a feature in the
That's
game?
definitely a
I'm just
mystery
curious.
right there.
I think you're not being facetious. You actually hope they have that feature.
Well, I'm just saying.
It seems like they
Holy
just
crap.
slap this on there and just go, they'll buy it.
Expansions. That's how you make money on games. You gotta have
That's really
expansions.
what it was.
Yeah, it definitely felt like that.
We'll just make it Alien vs. Predator. These guys will like it. They'll buy it. You know what I mean? But I did like the conversation it sparked, like the ancient one. Like, do predators live to old age?
Yeah,
that was
that's
one of
the
the
thing. We had a
questions
good
that we
discussion
kind of
too,
came upon because I don't think any of them die peacefully.
No.
So none of them actually live out to potentially what is old.
Well,
age,
the grizzled one we saw at the end of AVP, the first one, the old gray.
He's got the gray
alien
like
that
spikes in
gave
his
her the
mask.
thing.
and
Yeah, he was
stuff.
34.
Yeah, you know. Yeah, exactly.
So does this
He was
epic
my
battle
age.
take place in a mansion still? Because that's kind of
No.
awesome.
It was the ballroom.
Giant Edwardian mansion with
They did
aliens and
expand it.
predators.
This all takes place now on an island, on a collection of islands. Actually, I believe it's on Earth. The ship lands, and the aliens somewhere on the planet.
On
Alien Queen.
Ballroom Island, on Billiards Island.
And you have to.
It is a cool layout.
Yeah, no, layout was cool. The pieces were die-cast weapons. I did like that. I like the color-coded alien predator pieces that the players choose. And it's not that huge a learning curve. It's just complicated to explain. But once you actually play, it's pretty simple. I like this game. I just wish it had used the alien and predator mythos better.
Yeah, and there's also one of the core mechanics of drawing those marine cards is kind of flawed in that it happens all too often where we played twice, right? 2 full matches, and both times we overdrew on the Marines, and that caused everyone to lose.
Yeah, I like that because it kept the game going. This did seem like something that could keep going on forever and ever if we all weren't ringers like Johnny, who won both games, I just want to point out. You charlatan.
I didn't win, we lost.
Shenanigans. We lost, but you were like closest to. Yeah, you actually had like the proper guess of who.
It wasn't a guess.
Twice. It was a guess, dude.
I knew.
Don't try to.
I knew.
You got some juju hidden in the cup. Anyways, Alien vs. Clue, Alien vs. Predator version. Believe it or not, I would recommend this. It's not something you're going to play a lot, but definitely something if you're a fan of either series, you probably want to play at least a few times. It's kitschy fun, man.
I would also suggest adding a couple more of those alien cards, the hunt cards and not the marine cards.
Yeah.
Adding a few more of those into that deck that you draw from so that you reduce the chances of everyone losing. Just a little bit. You add a couple more in there. And that way everyone has a little bit more time to figure out.
Actually play the game. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, and also we all know JM wants to see more human meddlers as cannon fodder.